In today's video, I'm gonna share with you how to create a beautiful Christmas wreath DIY step by step with a sweets theme that I really think you're going to like. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in today's video I want to share with you how to create a gorgeous Christmas wreath DIY step by step with a beautiful sweets theme. A few weeks ago I shared with you how to decorate a beautiful Christmas tree with a sweets theme and it was so much fun. I really hope you had a chance to watch it. If you haven't, I'm gonna link it down below so you guys can check it out after this video. This is the wreath to match and I'm gonna give you step by step on how to do that. So if you want to learn how to create a gorgeous Christmas wreath DIY, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Invite them to come on over. Let them know what we're doing here at Ramon at Home for the Christmas season 2022. If you already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on because you will not want to miss what's coming up next. We're just getting started, and as I keep on telling you, I always like to keep the best for last. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. All right, everyone, so to get this beautiful wreath started, I want to mention that I have all of my tools at the ready. That is the number one thing that you have to do when you are making wreaths if you want to be quick and efficient. I'm going to start with a beautiful flocked Christmas wreath that is about 18 to 20 inch width. I'm gonna use some beautiful ribbons that we use with our Christmas tree. If you guys have not seen the beautiful Christmas tree with the sweets, I really recommend you go check it out because that's going to be the inspiration for this. I'm always telling you that I like a cohesive look. So for me to have a cohesive look, I have to start at the door. And so that's why we're doing a beautiful wreath on the same theme. I'm gonna link it down below and also somewhere here on the screen if you have not seen that gorgeous sweets Christmas tree. So we're gonna use the same ribbon. I'm gonna use some 1.5 inch blue and then also pink glitter ones. I'm gonna use a beautiful mesh in fuchsia and some deco material in baby blue. So that's basically our theme. I'm gonna use also some candy sweets like this beautiful milkshake and then also a cupcake. We have some popsicles and what's my favorite one? There's the little ice cream cone. Oh, you'll see it. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh, this is so cute, you guys. So that's also going to go on our sweets. I want to mention that I have my tools and my hot glue gun ready, so I'm gonna get all this situated and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, so our step number one is going to be to add our mesh material to our wreath. And for that, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my Lazy Susan because I'm gonna have to spin it around. So I always like to tell you that I like to pinch here and then I fold so that way we have a finish end. And I'm gonna start on the outside of this wreath. So basically what you do is you just grab 2 bristles. I'm gonna go that way so you actually can see. And then you do a big loop and then you grab 2 more bristles, and I try to do it as far out on the edge as you can, and that's what's gonna give that even more girth to your wreath. Now keep in mind this is going to be on my Etsy shop, so therefore I have to really do a good job in case one of you wants to take it home. And there's also a plethora of beautiful wreaths on my Etsy shop. I'm gonna link the link down below so you guys can go visit and see the ones that are available. But if you wanted to recreate it, whether it's for sale or whether it's for a family member or a friend that you're making it, that they're into sweets or they have children or grandchildren, that you want to do a really good job when it comes down to putting your mechanics together, because that way is going to last them a long time. All right, so I'm going to continue to spin around and do loops on this wreath. As you guys can see, I'm going to finish 2 rows and I'll be right back. So continue watching. This is going to be really fun and sweet. All right, so I finished 2 rows of the beautiful blue mesh material. And so now what I'm going to do to contrast that and to give it even more oomph to my wreath is I'm gonna use some of this gold. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful this glitters. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is such a beautiful ribbon with all this pink glitter. So what I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to make some bows. Instead of doing a row like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some bows. And for this ribbon, remember when I taught you about ribbon, is that if you're using a 2.5 inch ribbon, that you have to dovetail because it makes it look more finished. If you are using a 4-inch ribbon, then you would just want to do a slant cut because it does make it look finished without having to do all of the work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few bows like this. So you basically do a 3-loop bow, and then you grab your wire and then you spin really tightly, And I'm gonna make sure that I dovetail this guy so that way I don't have to worry about it later, because you might want to have all of your dovetails already done, so that way you don't have to go at the end dovetailing every single one of them. And what you're going to do is, I'm gonna put it right here on the stand so you guys can see. So basically you do a bow like this, and then I'm gonna grab a cute little stem, and I'm gonna grab my wire and then go twice, and then you hide that wire, and then you're gonna have this bow right here and some tails. I'm gonna do one more so you guys can see. I'm gonna start with 4. I wanna do the 4 corners, and I'm gonna always start by cutting a dovetail once again and leaving a tail, because those tails are gonna give us some texture. Oh, I grabbed my ribbon wrong. And so now I'm gonna do a bow. Remember, pinch, 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 gather, twist. You want all of that beautiful pattern or glitter on the top so it can be seen, and then you twist, and then you do a third one, and you just fold down and gather, gather, gather. You guys, making bows is so simple. A lot of people have so much problem. And by the way, Jamison's behind the camera, so thumbs up for Jamison, who's been helping us all this season. Jamison, can you make a bow?
If I'm watching up your videos, yes, I can.
Okay, can you come, you wanna come and make one? We're gonna put this guy right here, and we're gonna twist that really good all the way in the bottom. So that's 3 of them. Oh, actually, look, your bow doesn't look bad at all. Yes. We forgot to dovetail the other end though, because we're gonna dovetail this guy. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make another one, put it right here, and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, everyone, so what I did is I went ahead and started with my gingerbread man bows, and what I did is I went ahead and add one between all of the bows. And by the way, which one is Jamison's bow? I cannot tell right now since we started this next step. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna finish this last bow. So basically I just did my 3 loops, and the reason why there is 3 loops is because there's going to be a trick that I'm gonna share with you when it comes down to decorating a wreath with bows like this. So I'm gonna cut at a dovetail right here, and see how there's one between every single bow. I'm gonna spin this towards me so that I can see where I'm going to put my last bow, and I think it's going to go right about here. And remember to go all the way down to the core, so that way it looks like it's growing from our wreath. I wanna keep these bows really fluffed, because that's what's gonna make our wreath look a lot fuller. So this is what it looks like now. Now it's time to get started with the ornaments, so I'm gonna get those ready and I'll be right back. Continue watching, this is gonna be really fun. All right, so this is where the fun on this wreath DIY begins. And I just want to mention, if you have not seen the snowman wreath DIY that I did the last week, I really recommend you check it out. It was super different. It had a snowman plaque in it, and it was done in traditional red and black scripted ribbon. It was so beautiful. I'm gonna link it down below and somewhere here on the screen so you guys can check out that one next if you are into wreath making and if you want to learn the proper way on how to make some beautiful wreaths. But for this particular one, what I chose is 2 pink ornaments and 2 of these bedazzled glitter ornaments. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab a wire and I'm gonna put it through my ornament. And you guys know that I like to wire my ornaments first, and then at the end we go back and we add some of the hot glue gun to place them in place or secure them in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start right here, and I'm going to stick my hand through here to find that wire so that I can pull really tightly. As you guys can see, I want it to be as close as the wreath as I can. Then I'm gonna grab a bristle, and then I just wire that like this until my wire ran out. So that way it becomes part of the bristle, and that ornament is gonna stay right there. But remember, at the end, I just go back and add some glue, but I'll show you that in a second. So now I'm gonna grab this second one. Now here's the importance, you guys, about spinning your wreath. If you want a beautiful wreath that is cohesive, what you need to do is grab your wreath from your form and then spin it around. So I did one down. Remember, what goes up must come down, and what happens on the left happens on the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab this right here, and I'm gonna pull really tight, really tight. Now, if you are doing this kind of wreaths, I really do recommend to get yourself an easel like this. That is one of the #1 questions that I get, which is where you get your easel. What this is a spray stand for floral work, and you can find that at any florist store or supplier that you can just ask them for an easel stand. And they're really like not expensive. They're probably like $14. And then I just glued a piece of cardboard because you want to make sure that they stand on the front and it doesn't like wobble, especially if you're making a swag. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to put my hand through it, and I'm going to put my ornament like this, and I'm going to tie it really tightly like that. I want it to be as tight as possible. So I'm going to take it off the form, and then I'll show you what you need to do is grab the nearest bristle, and then you're going to start spinning this wire into the bristle until you can no longer see the wire and it becomes part of the bristle. And that way we're going to ensure and secure that that ornament is not going to go anywhere. And while we're here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin it around. And so now I'm going to put this part on the top, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab my ornament, and I'm going to grab a little wire. Thumbs up if you guys are learning some tricks. I cannot wait to read your comments. So let me comment down below and let me know what is your favorite trick or tip that you have learned while watching Ramon at home. I really try to share with you all of the knowledge that I gathered throughout 15 years of working in the floral industry, whether it's decorating a tree, making a wreath, or just making a floral arrangement, because that was my job for 15 years. So now I get to share with you guys here on YouTube. But I love to read your comments, so leave me a comment down below and let me know what was your favorite tip you ever learned. And if you are enjoying the Christmas season, you guys, the best is yet to come. I always tell you that I always save the best for last, and we're doing that. We have a home tour coming up. You cannot miss that on the first week of November. And if you're watching this after the first week of November, you should go definitely check out the home tour for you guys to see what the house looked like all decorated for Christmas. All right, so now this is what it looks like. I'm gonna make sure that I fluff some of these bows and tails to keep them in top shape. I always tell you that we like to fluff that at the end, but with these bigger ornaments, you kind of want to make sure that you are doing that as you go so they're not really flat. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of these beautiful donuts. And for this particular donut, I'm gonna also use a wire, but I want them to be kind of askew. So some of them are going to be done here on the wire hanger where you put the little wire. Let's see, where do we want to put this one? I think I'm going to put this one. So this I'm going to kind of do like on an angle because I want it to stand right here on top of, look how fun that is, on top of my ornament basically. And so just spin that wire into a bristle. And for this particular one, what I'm going to do, actually I'll do it at the end, but just so you see what I'm talking about, once you put your ornament right here, what you want to do is you want to grab your hot glue gun and just put some glue in there, and that's going to make sure that that's secure into some of the bristles. And that's what I mean by adding glue at the end, but I'll show you that step at the end. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the blue donut. Well, this one I want to see the bite, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a longer wire like this. Okay, that's not long enough, so I'm going to have to get one from my drawer. This is what the wires usually looks like, you guys, and then I just cut them in half, and that's how I hang my ornaments. But for that I want to see the bite, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a wire right here, and I'm going to try and go back to the back like this, and then you're going to spin it around really tightly. So that's going to give us something to hang on to, because I want to be able to kind of see the bite. And so I'm going to put this guy right here, actually right here. So I'm going to go through my, I'm going to put it on this side. So you just have to let your eye dictate where is it that you want all of your elements. I'm going to take my wreath from the stand once again, and then I'm going to grab my wire, pull my hand through, grab that wire. And that's why when you buy a wreath from a wreath maker, you guys, this is how much work it really goes into making one of these wreaths. So if you like to support your wreath makers, which is, you know, the best thing you can do is buy local, shop local from your people in your town, because look, you're supporting a local wreath maker or vendor, and you just help them continue to create. So I love buying local and from my local artisans. So look how cute that is, you guys. So we have 2 donuts. Ooh, that is so cute. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add some of these guys right here. Once again, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. One is gonna go on the hook, and I'm gonna make sure that I attach that really tightly. And the other one's gonna go with the wire. So I'm gonna continue doing this, and I'll be right back with you to share what's next. Keep watching. Okay, so I've added one of the blue milkshakes. Here is a pink one that is facing down. And so now I'm gonna add a third one to kind of balance it out, and I'm going to twist on the bottom. I have a little wire on the bottom, and then I'm also going to do a wire on the hanger to secure it in place. This is something that I would glue on it. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna glue some of the little ones, but for this one, I'm gonna move my way so I can see what I'm doing. And I want to kind of put it maybe, let's see, what way do I want to do it? I want to put it maybe right here. So I'm going to go ahead and secure this guy right here with my bristle. Once again, just twist that wire into the bristle and then bend back like that. And we're going to do the same on the bottom to secure it. So now it's gonna be secure in both places, and trust me when I tell you, she ain't going nowhere anytime soon. All right, so how cute is that? That is our second or third step. I don't remember, but if you just follow these instructions, you'll too have a beautiful wreath like this. I'm gonna get the next few materials ready and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, so let's recap real quick. The first thing we did is we added our mesh material, which you can see right here gives us some texture. Then we added some of these bows that Jamison helped us made. Thumbs up for Jamison. Then I added the gingerbread man with the pink. So now what I'm going to, and then the ornaments, of course, and the donuts and the shakes and all of those things, they make it super fun and sweet. And there's going to be some other ones that are smaller, but right now, what I want to do is start to make it look very Christmassy. And for that, I'm going to add some really pink poinsettias. Let me grab my wire cutters over here. You guys, trying to be organized while recording a video, sometimes it just doesn't work. So I have to go across. So I have my pick machine right here. Remember that I tell you, if you are a wreath maker, you want to have your pick machine. It is an investment, but it is what makes your wreaths look professionally made. And what it does is you put that steel pick on it, and that steel pick latches onto things. So I'm gonna add one right here. And I think those three will do. We're gonna save those two for the end. Now what's really gonna make this really fun is going to be this pick. And I've told you this is my favorite pick. I cannot live without it. And I'm gonna have this on my shop next year. We order some of this, so you guys will be able to buy those from my Etsy shop. And I'm gonna put a link down below in case you're seeing this in 2023. This will be available for you at the shop. So what you need to do is just take them apart like that. You can use them as one pick, but what I like to do is just take them out. Then I fold that wire and I put a pick on it. And that gives me that little steel pick. And what I'm going to start doing is put some glue on it. And I'm gonna start right here at the top, right here. And that's gonna be our flyaway. And remember, you put one up and then you put one in. Out and in and out. What goes up must come down. What happens on the left happens on the right. I'm gonna add a new one. What goes in must come out. Because you have to make sure that you put it in and out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So that one is out. So I'm gonna lift up right here. I'm gonna put this one in. And you might want to push like that. Make sure that that glue hangs onto it. And what you need to do is grab your wreath and give it a little bit of a spin like this. That is the secret. If you want to have a balanced wreath, you have to get it off the stand. You cannot not do that and pretend like you're gonna have a beautifully balanced wreath, because that's what gives it that. Remember one time I told you that what a wreath is a garland that is tied together. Sorry, I dropped my pick. So it's a garland that the Greek people grab a garland and they tie it at one end, and that's why you have that like radius motion on it. So that's what the reason why we want to take your garland or wreath off the stand. Look at that. That's gonna, oh my gosh, this is looking so much fun, you guys. I really hope that you are enjoying this particular DIY. All right, everyone, so the last few things that we're going to add to this gorgeous wreath is going to be a few more of these glazed ferns. Just remember to lift all of your materials like this. And then I already picked all of them, so it's faster. That's another tip I can give you. If you just prep all of your materials, then you're not gonna take as long, therefore you're going to be more efficient. My boss used to say to me, you're only as good as you are fast. And that stuck with me forever. So I do agree that, you know, if you are fast, you're more efficient, you can make more wreaths and therefore make more money. All right, we're gonna add this right here. This is gonna be our last one, but I think like this one, probably I need more right here. Sometimes you have to get away from it to see where is it that you need the materials. And for this one, I think I need it right here. Perfect. All right, so now this is looking so sweet. It is crazy how absolutely adorable this is, you guys. Remember that I told you I was going to show you a trick with the ribbon. So now what we're going to is I'm gonna pull all of my ribbons like this, just to make sure that all of them are fluff, especially this beautiful one right here. I want them to show that gingerbread man like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my scissors over here. I'm gonna put this guy down so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab one of my tails right here and I'm gonna cut it. And the reason why I wanted to do 3 loop bows is because we're gonna cut this tail right here, make it a little bit longer, and then we're going to dovetail it. That's gonna give us an extra tail. Look at that. So I'm gonna do that on every single one of these bows. You wanna make sure that you cut a dovetail like this. Look at that. And so I'm gonna spin around a little bit to do the other 2. I'm gonna grab maybe this one right here and I'm going to cut right here. See, by making the bow with a 3 loop bow, it allows you to grab one of those bows, the wrong way, and make these extra tails for you. And so I'm gonna give this a spin real quick. And for this one, I'm gonna grab maybe this one right here. And I'm going to cut a dovetail like that. All right, so we are almost done and I think it looks absolutely cute and adorable and sweet, no pun intended. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of the smaller candy items, and these are super cute. These ones I'm going to glue. So what you need to do is you need a lot of hot glue, you guys. You wanna make sure that you add a lot of glue into your little cone, and then you're gonna lift right there, and then we're gonna let it sit right there. For this particular one, I need to put it down so that I know where they need to go in, because I'm gonna let it rest. While I have it down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of glue into the placement of the ornaments and let it sit. I'll let it sit, put it on the door and show you what it looks like. Keep watching. Okay, so I just want to give you a really quick close-up of this beautiful wreath, and it turned out so sweet, no pun intended, with all of the donuts, the little cupcakes, the milkshakes. You guys are everywhere, inside out, upside down. It turned out so beautiful with all of these beautiful poinsettias and the glitter picks, and the pink and the blue is just perfect, and it goes so well with our sweets Christmas tree. If you have not seen the tree, I'm gonna link it down below so you can check it out. Just wanted to give you a quick look of this beautiful festive sweet wreath for your front door. Well, I hope that you like the end result. I think it is super whimsical and really fun, sweet, no pun intended. And if you want to create your very own Christmas wreath DIY, all you have to do is follow the steps on how to make this gorgeous wreath for your front door. Remember, this is going to be posted on my Etsy shop and the links are going to be down below. Be sure to leave me a comment down below also and let me know what was your favorite part of this wreath. And if you have not seen this snowman wreath, I'm going to link it right here on the screen somewhere and in the description box so you guys can go check it out as well. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing and you can watch more videos right now. Until next time, bye.